Welcome to Healthy Mums West London, and thank you for registering for this free product. In this video we're going to discuss which are the core muscles and how to activate them to provide optimal spinal stability and joint health, as well as posture and muscle balance. Now on the slide in a second you'll see the four major muscles forming the so-called core muscles. Those are the deepest muscles of the abdominal wall, transversus abdominis at the front. At the top is the diaphragm, which is a breathing and stabilizing muscle. At the bottom, the muscles of the pelvic floor. And at the back, a small set of back muscles called multifidus. Now, we're going to work on 4 different exercises today. The idea is to recruit together the transversus abdominis, the front of the abdominal wall, which is the deepest abdominal muscle. To recruit this muscle and the muscles of the pelvic floor predominantly, consciously. Think of drawing your belly button in towards your spine and pulling the pelvic floor muscles up towards the diaphragm. Those are the 2 muscles I'd like you to focus on today to recruit when you're performing each of those 4 exercises. Do not over recruit and try not to hold your breath in. Continue breathing. Even though your breathing goes shallow, I'd like you to continue breathing. In the first exercise, now you can see my model V is lying down on her front in a completely relaxed state. She has a blood pressure cuff directly under her belly button, and you can see on the gauge that we have inflated the blood pressure cuff to 40 millimeters mercury, but you can use a small object if you don't have a blood pressure cuff under your belly button. The idea is to isolate the transversus abdominis, or the deep abdominal wall muscle, and to draw this muscle away from the blood pressure cuff, reducing the pressure on the blood pressure cuff from 40 down to 30 millimeters mercury, and holding it for 10 seconds without holding your breath in. Your goal is to build up to 10 repetitions, 10 seconds each, isolating this muscle, not using any other muscle in your body. In the second exercise, we're figuring out how to have a neutral spinal alignment. Now you can see V is tucking her butt under, flat back, no curve in the lumbar portion, losing all other curves. Now in the second action, she's sticking her butt out, too much lumbar extension. Now she's figuring out the neutral spinal alignment, where the distance between the stick and your spine is as big as the thickest part of your hand across the base of your thumb. And you hold this 4-point position with the neutral spinal alignment. Now we're using this position with the stick in horizontal flying level to now activate the core muscles. Now same 4-point position, hands and shoulders, knees and hips aligned. We have a string wrapped around V's waist, and you can see now I have 3 points of contact with the stick: the base of the spine between the shoulder blades, and the top of your head looking straight down. Now I can barely slide one finger between the string and V's spine. The string is quite tight and is digging into her waist. The idea is when you pull your belly button in and the pelvic floor muscles up, you're narrowing your waist, and you see now the string goes loose. V has recruited her core musculature, and you hold this position, this optimal spinal alignment 4-point position with recruited core muscles. Your goal is to hold this one 10 times 10 seconds. You can start with 5 times 5 seconds, but build up. Now the next exercise is again prerequisite to loading the lower portion of the abdominals, is to recruit the deep abdominals by drawing the belly button in. V is showing you. So the belly button moves towards the spine, not away. Your lower back goes flat, and you pull the pelvic floor muscles up towards the diaphragm. And now maintaining these contractions, you slowly lower the feet down, and as soon as they touch the floor, you pull the feet back up. Reset and do it again very slowly. As soon as you touch the floor, head back up. When your back begins to come off the floor, stop there, because your muscles are getting fatigued. Now here the quality of the performance is important and not the number of repetitions. Now in the last exercise, we're directly targeting the multifidus, remember the small back muscles, but again you cannot load them unless you have recruited the deep abdominals and the pelvic floor muscles. With the apex on the ball under your belly button, you keep your hands on the floor, feet are well planted, and now once you pull the belly button away from the ball, squeeze your butt and pull the pelvic floor muscles up towards the diaphragm. Then once you achieve that, take your hands off the floor in a W position, and your goal is to achieve 10 repetitions, 10 seconds each, building up gradually.